Sometimes you both batters now use their feet. It hasn't yielded any runs, but what it could possibly do is say to the batter, do I need to change my length? Sometimes you don't look to use your feet in order to attack. It's just to get into the mind of the bowler.
Such a crucial thing from the mind game's perspective, as you mentioned. And the bowlers have got the ascendancy, they're controlling things. Once in a while, you have to take a little bit of a chance. Put the pressure back on. It's not easy now. All the pressure is on the batters. Some excellent bowling.
They've been excellent so far. The field, Bangladesh. Najmul Hussain Shanta. This time a backward point.
Kelly goes big and misses out. Big appeal from Tuskin. But somehow I feel he might not get the support from his captain. Seemed to be pitching outside leg. Wait and see if he goes for the review.
Quite difficult to tell who's going to make the ultimate decision here, because all 9 outfielders converged on the captain. That's pitched well outside leg stump.
Bowlers always gets overly excited every time they beat the bat and hit the pad. But he'll be a happy chappy, no question about that. Run rate, would you believe, in the 5th over, 0.86. Extraordinary. That tells you how much domination has been created by the Bangladeshi bowlers. Hardly giving anything away, keeping a tight leash on the proceedings. Drifting down leg, whips that away, and it's going to be the first boundary. Nexus pay 4.
Nicely played. Even though it's tough, there will still be a little bit of pressure. Both these batters will feel just a hint of it, with us being not nearly halfway through the power play. But this is very neatly played. Just drifts ever so slightly onto the leg side, and away it goes.
A lovely shot will ease some nerves. They can feel that he's bowled 2 very, very good deliveries, beating the bat with ones that nipped away off the seam. that's wayward, and that's another good effort from Liton Kumar Das. He's been made to work hard in his 100th ODI.
Just out of nowhere, he gets one wrong again, Sharaful. He's bowled some beautiful deliveries, and then this, saying, well, I don't care if you're in your 100th ODI, you got work to do behind there. And Das actually does well to prevent this from going for 4.
Congrats for your 100th ODI. And congrats and well done for all the hard work you've already had to put in. 2 very good diving stops. One was a stop, one was a parry. But they all count into lifting the spirit of the bowlers. Beaten him inside part of the bat, missing on that occasion.
Yeah, just having a look at Henry Nichols's ODI statistics. 100, 17 50s. Now I just wonder if that's a nasty little habit that he's got into, and I say that because if I look at his last few scores he scored back in New Zealand before coming here, I'll read them to you. 96, 52, 44, 66, 68, 77. Henry Nicholls could have an incredible record if he just converts a little bit better.
Oh, another great delivery to finish the over. 20 without loss.
ভাই চলো যে কয়টা পারিস করে নিস ভালো বলে হচ্ছে
Very sedate, watchful start here by New Zealand. Took a long time to settle down, have a good feel of what kind of pace the wicket was offering, and then a flurry of boundaries. 3 of them back to back got them to a decent score at the end of 6 overs. Well, the 2 umpires just converging. You'll see a lot of that. It's hot and muggy. There will be rehydration on a regular basis. We saw that in the first ODI. Can't blame the batters.
When timing the ball well, you allow it to come to you, as close to you as possible. It's when you time it well. But against the spin, a couple of sweeps and then a nice use of the feet.
Well, still the substitute fielders in the middle in some treatment, maybe to Liton Das. I think he took off his gloves. He's hit a couple of times pretty hard, but now we're all set and that little pause in play. Now what's that got to do to the mindset? They got into a bit of a momentum, the 2 batters. The crowd will be hoping that Bangladesh get their first wicket by one of the 2 bowlers on view. Taskin has bowled well, 3 overs so far for 11 runs, including a maiden. Going to be Nicholls on strike now. Nice ball to start off with.
Another warm one day in Mirpur, but there is a slight breeze, which might just help with the comfort levels for the players today. The breeze blowing directly, it was blowing earlier directly down the ground towards the media end, the rocket end, but now it seems to just be swirling a little bit.
Just to confuse the bowlers. They can use the wind behind their back or face the wind. It's more across from the square area. Down the wicket, And that has been turned into a very, very good-looking shot.
Tuscan's bowled so nicely from over the wicket, sort of jamming the left-handers for room. It was Kelly who flicked him through the leg side in his previous over. And so now there's a change of angle of attack. Tuscan comes around the wicket and Nicholls says, I'm not going to let you settle. Not today.
Well, the boundaries are starting to flow now, and that'll be of concern to Mehdi Hasan Miraj and his bowlers. 3.79. It's a reasonably healthy run rate after how they started. Civil round, big appeal, no response from Ghazi Sohail. And he quietly walks back to his bowling mark.
Such a difficult delivery to bowl now with the ball. If it's above head height, it's deemed a wide. And I talk about a head height when a batter is standing upright in his crease. But this is such a good directed bouncer. Yes, it's drifting down the leg side, but because it's high enough, it's so difficult to control for a batter. And this ball can spiral down to fine leg and present a catch. It was a good short one.
Oh, he innovates and Toriful quickly anticipating that, does well to get across and get a hand to it. Make sure it's nothing more than a single. So the confidence building amongst the batters now, going for innovation.
Seems like a bit of a game plan that New Zealand have decided on. If we look at that first ODI, it's sort of running in similar fashion, isn't it? Nothing for the first 4 or 5 overs as they had a look at the pitch and assess the conditions. And now the decision to try and accelerate.
And absolutely the right way of going about it. Get a feel of the wicket, make yourself comfy. Doesn't matter what kind of a run rate you achieve early on. And once you settle down and making sure you can play the proper shots with the balls that are being offered. Sensible cricket. Every time the ball goes past the bat, Taskin Ahmed looks back inquiringly at the umpire.
Creaky handle, maybe.
There you go. No sound, nowhere near but the bat. Despite that, the expression on the face of the batter surprised him for height, I think, more than anything else. Backs away, makes room. Straight to Ridha. No chance for Fran there. Over completed after 7. New Zealand at 25 without loss.
Good to see school children in the Mirpur Sher-e-Bangla National Cricket Stadium, especially on a weekday. Well, the school and the BCB taking initiatives, make sure that they can come in and have a great time when this is the second ODI of the Dutch Bangla Bank series. Nahid Rana being introduced as first change by Mehdi Hasan Miraj pretty early. Proactive. Looking for the first breakthrough. He's going to come in from the rocket end, the same end he was introduced from the first ODI. Step in place, so is a gully. Oh, straight away, pitches it up. A bit of a shout, Kevin! He strikes first up. What a change! And a wicket straight away. Now, are they going to go upstairs? Bit of a discussion in the middle between Nicholls and Kelly. Star of the show with the bat in hand in the first ODI decides to walk off.
Decides not to go for the review. Nicholls looked good first glance. Bit of swing. That looks adjacent. A big breakthrough. First ball of his spell. Important wicket for Bangladesh. Nicholls departs for 13. 25 for 1.
Wow, what a change from Mehdi Hasan Miraj. Spot on. Bringing in the Chapai Nawabganj Express in Nahid Rana. Gets them, draws first blood, brings in Will Young. 1150s, 400s. Got the start in the first ODI. Could not convert. Did gel together with Henry Nicholls, who he's replaced.
Yeah, here's a look. Hawkeye. Good decision not to have a look at that. Nicholls, I think he knew it. He looked to walk off. But what a breakthrough. First delivery. Rana. Good to see the ball swinging.
Add an extra fielder in the slip cordon. Miraj has 2 slips now. Then he pulls the length back ever so slightly. There is hint of movement.
Yeah, we saw Nathan Smith the other day get some good shape for the New Zealanders. Bangladesh hasn't really swung so far. We've seen a little bit of sideways off the pitch. But it's a good first up delivery.
See the wind blowing in Nahid Rana's shirt. Moving as per that. Sun is hiding now. Off the mark is Will Young. But they've looked much more disciplined this morning, Bangladesh fast bowlers. The first boundary came in the 5th over. Toriful only gave away 1 run in his first 2, and then Nahid Rana comes in and strikes.
Yeah, they've certainly had a good energy about them. Oddly enough, the seam presentation on that delivery, not perfect, but still swung. They certainly have a nice energy about them today. They know how important this game is, Bangladesh. They need to win today to keep the series alive.
This time movement of the deck.
That made a good thud. My earpiece looked like it may have hurt.
What I like from Nahid Rana here is he's not afraid to pitch it up. He prefers to bowl back of a length, that hard length. Today, from the get-go, he's slightly pitching it up, slightly more, ever so slightly. That was the key to the success behind the first wicket. The fine leg, deep third, 2 fielders guarding the boundary. Tentative, because the ball's doing a bit.
The on song, there's the speed. Late 140s. Good seam. Good speed in his first over here, runner. It's been impressive. He did fetch the other day a little bit, didn't he? But he's certainly turned up today. A little bit more of a bounce about him. Must admit, he is taking his time to bowl this over.
Good looking punch from the back foot. Straight to the field. So wicket taking over this from Nahid Rana. 26 for 1 New Zealand. Still Latham, Foxcroft, Clarkson and Abbas to follow. They rely heavily on the top order though. Delivered in the first ODI of this Dutch Bangla Bank series. Powered by Rocket, co-sponsor Nexus Pay. Shoriful from the Dutch Bangla Bank end. Back of a length. Now this is going to be a crucial period. Again, bowling in partnership. We've seen Nahid Rana find rhythm. Shoriful did well in the morning, but it's very important for Bangladesh that he bowls tidy from that other end.
He's been impressive again. Just the 9 runs from his 3 overs. Obviously changing ends here and on the money again. Will Young just faced the 3 balls. Used his feet beautifully the other day. Tried to create some length. On cue. To make a little bit of momentum for himself. It's a real strength of his game. Just the other day, and Foxcroft as well.
What that also does is plays tricks in the bowler's mind. You try and deter the length of the bowler, upset the rhythm.
Yeah, it's exactly what he's trying to do. He's telling the bowler, no, you can't just nestle in and settle in on your length. That's good batsmanship.
First ODI is 10 overs. He bowled more than 40 dots. Not too far away from that here today in the second ODI. Sun playing hide and seek though. Just that little period when they got the first wicket, Bangladesh, the sun was nowhere to be seen. It's nice and bright again. The Caps would be hoping they can some runs going, underarm throw, quick one, but good running in the end, and good calling.
Yeah, extremely important. Running between the wickets. Use of the feet again, Will Young. Oh, he's pinched a single there. Might have been tight. Whoa. But extremely important. 8 overs in here today. 27 for 1 on the board. Certainly been a slow start. It's important the Bangladesh team keep the foot on the throat. Made a very good start, but as we saw the other day, just leaked a little bit as the game went on. First look at a bouncer, slightly too high and wide. Saw the other day Nick Kelly climbing into what was a short ball, but it was his undoing. Dranned it onto his stumps. Then on that occasion, a little bit too high.
trying out the different weapons in his armory. Shoriful. The intention was right, execution not quite so. Yeah, another short delivery.
That one looked like it bounced a little bit more. Second for the over. Yeah, good to see. Keep the pressure on. Looks like he's got a lot to say as well. It definitely bounced. Skipped on as it hit the surface. Maybe surprised Kelly a little bit. Oh, good height.
Probably was not expecting the second one on the trot. They exchange a few words. Oh, inside edge. Varied pace from Shoriful as well. 9 done, 28 for 1. New Zealand captain Tom Latham winning the toss again and deciding to have a bat first. The bowlers, the Bangladesh fast bowlers in particular, have been on the money. Much more disciplined. Nahid Rana with the breakthrough in this previous over. Oh, surprises the batter in the air. First ball, wicket again. Nahid Rana again. Will Young has to go.
Extra bounce, extra pace. Rana, a wicket with his first ball of the over again. Just climbed on Will Young. Don't get many more simple catches than that. Grabbed the shoulder of the bat, and what a breakthrough. Too early. Will Young, he's got to depart for 2. New Zealand, 28 for 2.
Thanks. Gave the catch after a long time point.
Got a wicket in the first delivery of the 8th over. He does the same. First delivery of the 10th, that brings in the Kiwi captain, Tom Latham. Closing in on 5,000 runs in his ODI career. 26 half centuries, 8 centuries. Definitely a strong pillar, but he's there because of this.
Yeah, good piece of bowling. Extra pace, just bounced a little bit on Will Young. Tried to ride it almost. Unfortunately for him, grabbed the shoulder of the bat and a simple catch out to point.
Also important was that it was a well-directed bouncer, surprising Young. And then the idea was nice. He pitches it up again, but adjacent to the stumps, attacking the stumps. First wicket he got, first delivery of his first over was the full delivery. This one though was the short one.
He's been impressive so far. Just the 7 deliveries so far, but incredibly impressive. Good pace and with a lot more control than he had the other day. That tells the story. 4 with his first wicket, then slightly shorter with the second. Skipper Tom Latham to the crease. batting 4 again today. I'm sure he's going to absorb some pressure here along with Kelly. It's important they build a partnership. Look to take this game slightly deeper. Very similar to the other day. This has a very similar feel about it.
Still calm and composed, the Black Caps camp. Well bowled. Happy to let it go, Tom Latham. First ODI also, they got off to a slow start, but they did not lose the wickets. Today, Nahid Rana has given Bangladesh those 2 wickets, so it's a different challenge, slightly different. But Tom Latham is one of the most successful batters against Bangladesh, in this rivalry at least. 747 runs in 16 innings. Again, onto the stumps.
Yeah, Latham, very good player of spin. Very good with his sweeps and reverse sweeps. So naturally, when you come to the subcontinent, to be able to play spin, you need to play spin to be able to be successful. And he has done well against this opposition. It'll be vital this afternoon if New Zealand are going to get to a total.
Four dots after that wicket. Taking his time is Nahid Rana. Still Miraj persisting with 2 slips. Again, very well bowled. Attacking bowling from Nahid Rana ends the first power play. New Zealand 28 for 2. $28 for 2. Well, they were doing fine, the New Zealand top order, till Nahid Rana was introduced. Ghazi Sohail signalling the completion of the first power play. Shoriful will continue from the Dutch Bangla Bank end. The punch. It's been even Stevens, but in the end, Bangladesh 2 wickets.
Yeah, it was a slow start again. Kelly back-to-back boundaries. Nichols looked to be a little bit more aggressive as the power play went on. But we saw first ball, front of spout, full, and then the extra bounce was the undoing of Will Young. It's been an extremely good start from the Bangladesh players today. A must-win game for them. Those 2 wickets. The back end of that power play.
Different surface today, Hamish, and we mentioned in the pre-match show it has a bit more grass, seemed to have a bit more moisture.
Yeah, it's just seamed. We've seen a little bit of seam. Feels like it keeps happening to Nick Kelly. Feel like he's played some nice shots in between. But unfortunately for him and his side, he's found some fielders. He's been out there now for 25 balls, so he spent some good time there. Needs to build on it. Take positive from that at the middle of the bat. Good strong position.
Yeah, pitch number 6 in action today. Seen some uneven bounce. Match day 1, the Dutch Bangla Bank series, the first ODI that troubled the batters. Not so much today. Tony Hemming there.
Yeah, it's a good bounce test, isn't it? And we have seen some good bounce. Been a little bit variable. That one certainly surprised Will Young. They've been on song, I've mentioned it before, but they really have been on song today. Good energy about them, and it'll please that man there on the right, Sean Tate, Bangladesh bowling coach.
He surely would be happy, Sean Tate, right, the fast bowling coach. He's an express bowler himself, but what that brings into this management is he would know very well how to manage the likes of Nahid Rana, Shoriful Islams.
Looks very chill there, doesn't he?
Yeah, a little bit off. That's two.
But no one better to learn from. Young fast bowler than Sean Tate. What a slippery ball. Good Tate in his time.
Only the 3 seamers so far. Yeah, Latham, well, clearly indicating that he's happy to soak in the pressure. That's the need of the hour.
Yeah, he'll know. Again, the other day, the pitch got a little bit more difficult as the day went on, so he'll be hoping for more of the same. The more time he spends out there, the easier it's going to get for him.
Oh, Hamish, we mentioned the bounce. Mentioned how Nahid Rana's bouncer surprised Will Young. I think it's more to do with the express pace that he offers. Came as a surprise. Bit on though, standing slightly close for Latham. Bit of a shape, but another tidy over from Shoriful. 11 done, 29 for 2. .28 for 2 after the first power play. No sixes, not yet. The second ODI, there were none in the New Zealand innings in the first ODI. Not necessary that it has to be, as long as, well, they got a win in the first ODI. Depends on the circumstances. Nahid Rana, a bit of a leading edge. No trouble as far as the batters are concerned, though. All of a sudden, you hear the chatter around the batters.
Yeah, this is bread and butter for most lefties. Just surprised Nick Kelly. Hit the thigh pad. I hope he's got a good set of thigh pads on, because those thighs have been peppered in the last few overs.
Targeting the middle and leg with the short leg fielder inside the circle. With that pace, and if he gets the odd one to bounce extra again, surprise element is there.
He was very square as well. That man at square leg, almost slightly behind. That's that extra pace. A hint of shape as well to the left-handers. It's been impressive. Rana with the ball. Bowled of good pace. Look at that. 146 average speed.
Yeah, well bowled again. Putting bat to ball, the New Zealand captain yet to get off the mark.
He's well and above. Fastest delivery, 150 kilometres an hour. He's been very impressive so far. But I can't stress it enough. They need to stay on top here. The Bangladesh side, they've got New Zealand in a great position. If they're going to restrict them, they need to keep the foot on the throat.
Oh, the defense was back on.
Bit of seam presentation there. Little inside edge from Latham. Looking at his partner to try and sneak a single. It wasn't on.
Interesting part here is the point of impact. Goes on to show in such a little space how much bounce he extracts. Of course, due to the height he has got, that high release, now changing the angle, coming around the wicket. Get a run. Also, that last delivery was 150 clicks, Hamish.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by this change of angle to Latham around the wicket. He's bowling so well over the wicket. 2 for 2. His third over. Hasn't bowled a bad ball yet. Just hope he's not getting frustrated with the lack of wickets. Just needs to keep it simple. Doesn't need to go searching by changing angles and being funky. It's back over the wicket to Kelly.
Oh, pitches it up, looking for a Yorker. But maintains that line, bowling to his field is Nahid Rana. Just 2 runs off this one. New Zealand 31 for 2. Here in the buzzing Dhaka city, the heart of it, the Mirpur Sher-e-Bangla National Cricket Stadium. Storyful will continue from the Dutch Bangla Bank end. Well, Latham, happy to be patient. He's off the mark, yes, in the previous over. Speaking of patience, a fellow commentator, Hamish Rutherford, has been patient also. You were thinking of a flip and dip? Quite tempted after you saw the pool?
It does look like a good place to be. Certainly when we're doing our build-up earlier today, it was warm, wasn't it? I felt like I was swimming just sitting on the sideline here. It's certainly warm today, isn't it? But that does look like a good place to be. Here we go. Oh, that's very nice. I wouldn't be that pleasant.
Got the flip you were looking for? Would you rather prefer a reverse flip?
Yeah, I'd be more the sort of the bomb variety. Try and see how much of a splash I can make. Not much of a swimmer, to be honest. The hotel pool was getting a wee refurb over the last 24 hours, so a little bit disappointing, but can't have everything.
Now it makes sense. No wonder. I thought you spent the whole day yesterday there. Now you can hear the crowd coming into it, but see a much more confident forward-moving shot from Latham.
There's good crowd building. We saw the other night. They built throughout the day, so I'm sure they'll come in later on. Bangladesh are batting to chase the total. Gone for the extra over here. It's into his 6th, Sheriful. Looking for this 3rd wicket. Yet to see spin yet.
2 for 27 in the first ODI. An economy of 2.7. 6th economy of 2.36 so far, Sheriful. short, pulled away nicely. That's a cracking shot. And Kelly will get a 4. Nexus Pay 4 it is.
Shoreful looking for that short ball again to Kelly. This one not getting up as high as he would have liked. Kelly in a good position. On top of it nicely. In front of square. Field was set deep on the leg side, but behind square. And a timely boundary for Kelly.
Well, there was a bit of a boundary drought in the middle. That super pull ends that.
You sense a little bit of frustration.
Andy Pycroft, the match referee in the middle. Nathan Menon. TV umpire on the right. Zealand slowly finding their rhythm also as the boundary came after 37 deliveries. How does Shoriful respond? Good one to leave. 5 runs of the 13th. New Zealand are 36 for 2. And the players, the officials will have some well-deserved drinks.
Policy statement. Attention to all. ICC anti-discrimination policy. Policy statement on inappropriate conduct. It shall be a breach of the terms and conditions of entry to the venue for any ticket holder to engage in any conduct, whether through the use of language, gestures or otherwise, which is likely to offend, insult, humiliate, intimidate, threaten, disparage, or vilify any other person, including players, match officials, or spectators.
New Zealand skipper won the toss and elected to have a bat first. They were patient until Nahid Rana came in and caused havoc. Yeah, here's the first wicket. First one full, next one short. The reaping rewards.
He didn't use the review. Did Nichols? He knew it was straight. Jason. Next one to go, Will Young. A little bit of extra bounce. A comfortable catch to point. You can't drop those. It's been good disciplined bowling from Bangladesh so far and supported well in the field. Definitely have a good energy about them today.
Yeah, they've already lost 2 top order batters, and Nichols and Young who did really well in the first ODI, stitching together a partnership of 73 runs. Not to be today. The onus is now on Kelly Latham. They would hope that they can gel together, lay the foundations right for the likes of Foxcroft to come in later and capitalize. Tigers fast bowlers have delivered with the new ball. Nahid Rana and Shoriful Islam in particular. Shoriful again very parsimonious, but Rana getting the first 2 wickets, giving the team the breakthrough they were looking for yet again with his quick bowling. surprising the batters. That's how last 24 deliveries have resulted. 1 wicket, 8 runs only, and that 1 boundary that came after 37 deliveries. He will continue from the rocket end. Taj Bangla Bank is the first European joint venture bank in Bangladesh and a pioneer in the banking sector of Bangladesh in terms of customer trust and confidence through transparent and pure banking. Kudos to them for backing Bangladesh cricket as well. Here comes Nahid Rana. Miraz still opting for a slip. On the money again.
And it's a good opportunity, the drinks break, just to have a rebuild. Just a little bit of a break in a think tank. Yes, it's been a watchful start from Latham, but it's important they put some pressure back on the Bangladesh bowlers. You can't just let them bowl. You can do that by running hard between the wickets, looking for those ones. Goes without saying, finding the fence. Hopefully a 6 as well.
They hurried the bat on this occasion. A very interesting point you bring up. I think Bangladesh fielders too need to be on their toes. Make sure that they don't allow those easy singles to release the pressure.
You can tell they're hunting as a pack today, coming in tight on 1. And after every ball they're in, sure they're encouraging the bowlers. Breeze, you can see there, that's assisting. Little bit of swing that runner's able to extract out of this ball.
Good shot. Square drive and gets the result as well. Next is pay for.
Fantastic shot from Latham. Looks like a cross seamer. He's not going to miss out on that. He's been grafting away. Gets an opportunity. He's in a fantastic position to put it away. He's a fine player. He's not going to miss out that opportunity.
It's good for New Zealand. Latham is there in the middle and he's not fazed by the loss of the 2 early wickets.
Now it's the benefit, I guess, as well. Obviously he opens the batting, the test format, so he's used to, I guess, batting long periods of time and absorbing pressure. Like I said earlier, it's important that they put some pressure back on these bowlers. Can't be chipping away at a run rate of under 3 for too long. He'll know he needs to get moving at some point, maybe when the spin comes on.
Just before the delivery, Miraz pushes Rishad outside the circle at square leg. Bit of a change in pace, seems like, from Nahid Rana. What's impressive about Nahid Rana is he can consistently hit those speeds.
He's been bang on today. Look at those speeds. And that last one, gosh, extra bounce. Really impressive today. There's been a lot of talk about him in the Pakistan series and at the PSL recently. A little bit off the other day, but he's come back firing.
Nicely coming forward. Well, another over comes to an end. 5 runs of this one. New Zealand are 41 for 2.
Been a very impressive start by the Bangladesh seamers. Bowled with great control. They've given the New Zealanders, particularly the left-handers, nothing, no width whatsoever to work with. Now here's an interesting bowling change. Playing in his first match in this series. Shumosaka, just a little medium pacer. Now what do you make of this bowling change, Atta?
You mentioned that we've seen a improvement in terms of the channels that seamers have bowled so far here. I think this is not a bad move at all, knowing that there is some extra bounce available, the kind of purchase that the seamers have got from this surface, not a bad move at all. And he's the one who's replaced Afif Hussain. Remember, they've only made one change. But we'll still have to wait and see what he can do with the ball, Shumosaka.
He's going to have to be very accurate because he doesn't have the pace to back it up. New Zealand might look at this as an opportunity for them to be able to get a little bit of momentum, but Mehidy Hasan Miraj has opted to not bring himself on, not bring Rishad Hussain on. He's gone with another seamer. That can also work. That can also work in favour of Bangladesh. New Zealand looking at this as an opportunity to get some momentum, and then there's an error that's made, and you almost buy yourself a wicket. Because in fairness, he's a part-timer. He's not a frontline seam bowler for Bangladesh.
Yeah, he'll be happy. Sean Tate, the fast bowling coach for Bangladesh, having a chat with Taskin Ahmed.
No, they've done well in the end. It split them in two, the man at deep square leg and that fine leg.
Yeah, that's another thing that might just to worry for Bangladesh, because as you pointed out, part-timer is not a frontline bowler. Good work in the deep. Afif, substitute fielder. So whenever you see a bowler who's not a frontline bowler, then the batters will look to score and look to score quickly. So they want to cash in. A single to finish the over, 5 in that over. New Zealand 46 for 2.
We had a good crowd on Friday night here at the Sher-Bangla National Cricket Stadium. Must have more than half filled the stadium. Inexperienced middle order still to come here for New Zealand. Now this man's been mightily impressive, Nahid Rana. What I say prospect, I mean, he's already a frontliner in the Bangladesh national team, but he's got many years in front of him, and this must excite the cricket-loving public of Bangladesh.
No, not just Bangladesh. We recently had a stint for Peshawar Zalmi in the PSL, and everyone who saw Nahid Rana thought he was special, and they need to take care of him, manage him well. He's just 23 years of age.
Squeezed down to deep third. Yeah, and his teammates back him as well. I mean, the captain keeping a slip in place, well outside the power play, but Mehidy obviously feels that there's wicket-taking opportunities here with Nahid Rana.
Yeah, we know that he can bowl quick, but what has been impressive this time around is how accurately he has bowled. The channel that he has bowled, especially today. This is his 5th over, and he's only given away 9 runs. Yes, he's picked up 2 wickets, and that's mighty impressive what he can do. Not in terms of only speed, but also the line and lengths. Ducks away for a single.
It's real pace up front. Trapping the form man Nichols in front. That was Plum. And then getting one to bounce to get rid of Young.
Yeah, both the first ball of each of his first 2 overs, he picked up those 2 wickets. He's shown a lot more better discipline. And he's quick, and if you can be a lot straighter, then you really don't give any opportunity for the batters. Forget about playing big shots. Not even singles are available again, and they've been good in the field. Bangladesh again diving and making sure they're chasing the ball, and then stops the batter to go and think about picking up a single. He might be on sooner than later, Mehidy Hasan Miraj, because there are 2 left-handers. We'll have to wait and see how many overs does Shomo Sharkar bowl.
You just glossed over that quickly about the fielding. I think Bangladesh has definitely been spoken about after that first ODI because they've been mightily impressive today. Oh, when he whacks it in, it's scary. 26% of his deliveries have been that short length. There it is, that back of a length again. End of the 16th, 48 for 2. Well, the problem for New Zealand here hasn't been the partnerships, it's been the amount of balls that they've taken to get to those numbers on the left-hand side. The run rate just 3. Took nearly 4 hours for each innings to be completed in the first one-day international, or just over 4 hours I should say, and that's because a number of drinks breaks have been permitted. They allow the batters to change their gloves because it is very, very hot and extremely humid. Well, you said sooner rather than later, Atali Khan. It is sooner, as the captain Mehidy Hasan Miraj is into the attack.
Yeah, 2 left-handers, so why not bring himself on? Just a single over from Shomo Sharkar. Right. This is what he's achieved in his ODI career.
Now we wait and see if there's a little bit of turn. Slip in place in case there is some turn. 6 men inside that 30-yard circle. Now let's understand that in this middle part of the innings you only have to have 5, but Miraz has decided he wants the extra one. That's the catcher.
And it also shows the what the bowlers before him has done so far in this second one international. Remember, they're already 1 down, so it's a must-win game for Bangladesh. And he starts well on the stumps. Yes, not too much. We haven't seen the turn yet, but there is a bit of a bounce, which puts a bit of a more doubt on the batter's mind. When you go in the middle, then you start to realize, okay, fine, I've got to be very watchful. They've been very watchful indeed. And again, cramping him for room. A special and a proud moment for Litun Kumar Das. Remember that. Becomes the 5th player from Bangladesh to play 100 and more one-day internationals and T20 internationals. Yeah, what a moment for Litun Kumar Das. 49 for 2.
আমার মনে হয় সরকার এটা বাইর করলে আমি পিছনেই ভালো বাইর করলে তুই পিছনে যা এটা একটু হেল্প করতে দিন রানা আউট রানা বাইরে change bowling right arm over.
Well, if my arithmetic is correct, 102 deliveries have been bowled and 78 of them are dots. Not easy. A change of ends for Shumasaka, now in from the rocket end, the media end.
Yeah, it also says a lot about what's going on, you know, with that single, the 50 up on the board for New Zealand, change of ends for Shomo Sarkar. It's the kind of a surface where you need to be a little bit more patient. Just wait for a loose delivery because it's not coming the way it came last time. So you need to work around the fielders. Nicely played, guiding the ball towards third, a little bit square to his left, so he comes back for the second. That's smart batting. I think that's what they need to do a little bit more to release the pressure.
Well, the skipper is the most experienced one-day player in this New Zealand side that's touring Bangladesh. They're going to need all of that now. Oh, has it carried? Has it carried? Latham is unmoved. Umpire Illingworth will move to his partner at square leg and say to Ghazi Sohail, has that carried? A Dutch
Third umpire to
Bangla
director,
Bank
we have
decision
umpire review
pending.
for fair catch. I have checked the feet, it's a fair delivery. Can we start with the front on first, please?
Stand by.
Yep. I need to check first the bat hitting the ball piece. Lawrence, start with the... Yep, thank you. Okay, I come back again, please. Just rock and roll once again, please. Yes, yeah, clear deflection. Yeah, you can carry on with the catch now, please, of the bat. Just rock and roll one, please. Rock and roll. Yeah, go back one frame. Go back one frame. Yes, please. Can you zoom it up, please? Yes, thank you. Just rock and roll. Can you zoom it up further, please?
Yes. Home decision, Masa. Home decision. Gee, this is tight though.
Do you have anything from the side on Lawrence?
Yes, maximum is we want to stand by.
Okay. I can see the ball is bouncing on the tip of the fingers. I don't see the ball hitting the ground here. Okay, thank you. Yeah, and in the hands. Keep it rolling, please. Let him finish the catch. Yes, thank you. I'm satisfied with the catch. Thank you. Ready with the decision for the big screen.
Rocket out. You don't get closer than that. The decision was that it hit the fingers, the end of Litton Das's fingers, and then went into the glove. Latham had every reason to stand his ground, but the decision is out.
And the third umpire kept on looking at it, making sure they got it right. In the end, I think he's got that right. The credit to Shumo Sarkar, part-timer or no, or a front line, doesn't matter. He got the ball to move genuine neck of Tom Latham. And Lichun Kumar Das does the red. Gone for 14. New Zealand lose another one, 52 for 3.
That's a great catch. So difficult, diving forward. Oh, the ball's dying on you. But it does bring the new man, Mohammad Abbas. Just a handful of one-day internationals to his name, so making his way in this game. The highest score of 52, they came in double quick time. Now, New Zealand need an innings of real quality. But this is a good catch.
This is an excellent catch because, as you mentioned, it was dying and also had to be really sure when he goes and tries to grab it, that the fingers, the gloves, had to be underneath the ball. It is a sort of pitch where it's not easy for the batters. That's the challenge for the new batter now. Mohammad Abbas.
And the part-time has done the job as well. The captain, Mehdi Hassan Miraj, decides to change ends. He bowls himself from the Dutch Bangla Bank end and then brings Shumo Sarkar on from the Rocket end for his second over, and he strikes. It's all working out for the skipper at the moment. Yeah, the other thing about that catch is there's a point where Litton Das is definitely unsighted. You know, a lot of people will say, oh, why does he not know whether it's carried or whether it hasn't carried? He's not going to know, because there's a part where you cannot see this. The ball is traveling at such a pace, you think it's come in, but you're not sure if it has. That's why there's a little bit of indecision from Litton Das about claiming that catch. Abbas is off the strike with a single, a successful over for Bangladesh. 18 gone, 53 for 3.
এটাই ঠিক আছে হ্যাঁ এটাই ঠিক আছে খালি বেশি
Well, Kelly was the first man out on Friday evening. He stands alone at the top of the order there, 18 not out. He's watched 3 fall. Now, left-hand, right-hand combination.
Again, extra bounce for the spinner. Yeah, once he gets offline, then easy to maneuver and look to rotate the strike. But it's been mighty impressive, Bangladesh bowling attack. The fielding has been very good, catching excellent. Look at that turn also. That's the first delivery. So there is turn and bounce.
That's turn from straight. Carries his pace so well, does Mehidy. And that particular stroke there, that's one that he can get wickets with that, because left-handers often try and hit him too square, and he gets the ball to just skip on, doesn't turn, it just goes straight on with the arm, and he attacks those stumps.
And there will also be a discussion in the dressing room in what kind of total are they looking forward to with this kind of a start and the surface behaving in this manner. I mean, these are the deliveries that needs to be put away. Only a single. 3 in that over. 56 for 3.
Free-flowing traffic. Never thought I would say it. It's gone fine. That will run away for 4. They will snap that up, will New Zealand.
The 33 deliveries, they find a boundary. And a welcome one for New Zealand. Yeah, again that wet, this time from Shumo Sharkar. Muhammad Abbas was up for it. Yes, it not from the middle part of the bat. That helped because it went fine. There is a feeler in the third.
That might be a wide. Yep. Tell you what I do like seeing is when a captain is brave, is that when a bowler takes a wicket, you don't have to give him another over. You can nip him off and bring one of your frontline bowlers back on, because you've almost opened up an end and said, right, we're going to try and get another wicket. The decision here is to bowl Shumo Sharkar, but I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't take a wicket in this over, if he gets nipped off and Rishad Hussain comes on. Because there is a right-hander there now for the leg spinner to have a look at. All right, catcher goes in, out of a finish gully.
The other thing that comes to my mind is because of the fact that seamers have a bigger say so far in this innings, so they might not opt to have 2 spinners bowling from each end. Probably a spin from one end and seam from one end, pace. Maybe Taskin or Shariful or even Nahid Rana can come up and replace him. who's in the attack, Shumashoka, maybe one more over. Because of the fact that there is certain extra bounce available, and the wicket takers have been the seamers so far. Now we'll have to wait and see what is going through the mind of Madison Mirage. Foxcroft padded up, made a valuable contribution, was player of the match in that first one-day international. He'll have to be at his best one more time when he gets an opportunity.
I must admit, I'd be prepared to bowl the leg spinner. I'd be prepared to have two spinners, one from each end. When Sharka's going at, well, he's going at 5 to the over, and where New Zealand are only going at 3 to the over, I'm thinking he's scoring a little bit too easily. Look, if he keeps nipping people out, fair enough.
I'm okay with that. It all depends what the skipper, Madison Mirage, is thinking. Yeah, he has those options. He has someone like Rishad Hussain. I thought he bowled really well the other day. 2 for 44 in his 10-over spell, Rishad Hussain. You've already seen there was a bit of a grip and bounce and turn for Madison Mirage.
There's 4. Don't be surprised if that's his lot. Boundary to end the 20 at 66 for 3. So 2 batting all-rounders at 6 and 7, and a bowling all-rounder at 8. Well, the right-hander should be able to score a lot more freer against the off-spin of Mehidy Hasan Mirage. Well, the left-hander might be a little bit more watchful with the ball turning away from him. Been there for some time now. There's Kelly, 42 deliveries. Shot. Half volley put away.
That's the second one he's put away. Remember the last ball of the previous over, he finished it up with a gorgeous looking boundary down the ground. And now in the second ball of this over, he gets to free his arms. We haven't seen that too many times because they've been so very good in terms of lines. But what a shot that is.
Better line. Time he bowls the ball with a little bit of flight, he tends to just over pitch it ever so slightly. It's more of a test match length where you're wanting it to turn and try and find the outside edge. One-day lengths, the ODI lengths, T20 lengths, they tend to just pull it back a little bit. About conserving runs rather than taking wickets. They get their wickets through errors, batter errors.
Important for someone like Nick Kelly, who's came to open the innings and still there. He looks set. He's played some good shots. He will need to carry his team on his shoulders. Single to finish the over, 7 in that over. Good one for New Zealand after 21. 73 for 3.
New Zealand have really got to work hard to just improve the run rate. Going at 3.48, 174 will be achieved. Much rather go over the 200 mark. At least. Runs on the board, you never know. 247 the other day looked to be a middling total, but they managed to defend it. And this wicket also not really conducive to batting. The ball not really coming on. You see evidence of that. Tough work here, Hamish, for the batters.
It certainly is. And on song so far, the Bangladesh bowlers, also the fielders, hunted nicely, restricted this New Zealand batting order.
There's got to be more of that rotation of strike. You've got to make sure that when the boundaries dry out, you just get the singles and twos. So important to ensure that the pressure is not created upon yourself with shots like this.
Yeah, change of pace. Occasion. Field spread now a little bit more for Kelly. 6 balls he's now faced.
You see a lot of that. They will wait for the loose delivery to come along. You mentioned the fact that Kelly has been there for 46 deliveries. He's seeing the ball well. He's read the wicket. He's waiting for that opportunity. But all credit has to be given to the Bangladeshi bowlers for being pretty systematic and accurate in the manner in which they bowl. Fingers right on the seam from Shomo Shokar. He can be deceptive, not a regular bowler, but he can just tire out a batter with some accuracy.
Yeah, it has that feel about it, doesn't it? Almost English in his approach. You might find on county cricket this time of year, probably. A longer format. Just trying to nestle in on a length. Obviously got the key wicket. Latham.
Well, that is a delightful looking shot. That deserved to go to the boundary. As I mentioned, they would wait for one loose delivery to come along and pounce upon it.
Saw a few hands in the air. Was this close to cover? Maybe an opportunity. Yeah, catching height, maybe just low. But a good shot from Kelly. We've seen a couple more boundaries recently. Starting to build into his innings nicely. A new career high for him. This innings.
Over the top. He's looking much more aggressive, much more positive. Gets a single to finish off that over. 8 runs from it, 81 for 3. But the big blocks have started to appear on the Manhattan here, and at the right time too. The run rate now improving to 3.68. New Zealand will be happy if this pair, which has already got 29 in good time, quick time of 28 balls, they can carry on. This is the last ball.
Yeah, good full swing in the bat. Just the 1 run though. Seen a couple more lofted shots from Kelly. Close to a caught and bowled. But 1 to the score. Seen in that break, Kelly. Some attention, some more liquid. He's been out there now 22 overs. Sure he's feeling the heat. The warm day here.
Miraj now being replaced by Taskin Ahmed. His been a little bit of a mixed bag. He started to bowl very, very accurately. Once in a while, he'd just err in line and length. Gone at 4 runs and over, 16 in his 4. The slip's gone now, understandably, with the ball hardly doing anything in terms of swing. Still some seam movement available. Oh, now that definite signs of aggression to get a move on. That's pretty obvious.
Here's a clear intent shift from Kelly. Got a 1 to 22 overs of batting in this heat. Starting to lose a little bit of concentration as well. Can certainly happen. A little bit blurry. Important his partner works with him. Abbas keeps talking to him, encouraging him.
Oh, squared him up. Wasn't quite sure. Ball seemed to be, if not holding its line, maybe even just jagging away a little bit to the offside. Didn't get a bat to it. Gets a leg by nevertheless.
There's enough out there for the seamers to get in that area. Nice and straight. It's missed everything. Back leg. Kelly.
And that bounce, Hamish, even now, in its 5th over, in the 23rd over, that little surprise element, that's so disconcerting for the batters. And early on, there are some balls keeping very low. The very first one, Taskin bowled. And now he's getting it to rear up from back of a length. In his arc, but couldn't quite put it away past the fielder.
Yeah, we saw on Friday in the first game, saw a lot more variety from the wicket. Mostly down, but the odd one went up. But seeing that signs today, again, this time it's a little bit more bouncy, the surface. Like it's favouring the seam bowlers today. I'm sure the New Zealand bowlers watching this will be learning. Be looking forward to getting their ball in hand.
Well, I think more than the credit of the ball, which seemed to be just holding its line, it was Mohammad Abbas playing down the wrong line on that occasion. Just maybe hoping that it would angle in, held its line. You're talking about the New Zealand bowlers taking pointers from how the pitch is behaving, which they did very, very well in the first game. Defended that middling total. Once again. Well, he's going to be happy. Polite inquiry. Thinking about a review. Are you sure? Well, they've taken it.
Straight away to ultra edge. Okay, that's fine. Keep it going, please. Keep it going. Okay, clear gap. There's a clear gap. No bat involved. Thank you. I'll go back to Ghazi on field. Ghazi, you can stay with your decision. You're on screen now. You can signal not out.
Yeah, good decision by the umpire. Easy decision by the umpire. That was miles away from the bat. Can't understand why they took the review. Rather wasted it.
There's obviously someone out there that's heard something. But as we saw, plenty of space between bat and ball. There shows it. The fielders in the ring, they thought they heard something.
Well, that's played away, but once again, deep third comes into play, restricts him to a single, only 2 from that over. 83 for 3.
কুইক যা ফিল্ডার রাল লিটন দাস ফিল্ডার একটু সেট কর শান্ত
Painstaking for